All right. The city of Sardis, Revelation chapter 3, we hear the following. And to the angel of the church in Sardis write the words of him who has the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know your works. You have a reputation of being alive, but you are dead. Wake up, and strengthen what remains and is about to die, for I have not found your works complete in the sight of my God. Remember then what you received and heard. Keep it and repent. If you will not wake up, I will come like a thief, and you will not know at what hour I will come against you. Yet you have still a few names in Sardis, people who have not soiled their garments, and they will walk with me in white, for they are worthy. The one who conquers will be clothed thus in white garments, and I will never blot his name out of the book of life. I will confess his name before my God and before his angels. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Well, as you can see, there's a handful of ruins from the city of Sardis that have been looked at. But the city itself, historically, even at the time here of John's writing, had been a city of great renown. They at one point had been the end of the empire. They were the fortress city. They were a powerful military city. At the height of their power, they built a massive temple to Sybil, remember the mother goddess. But as the empire had continued to expand, they'd lost their former glory. They were now a shell of their former self, and could really only take pride in their past and in their history. And this becomes the challenge. As we take a look at, and I'll come back to this slide here, as we take a look at the city itself, there's some things that I find really curious. You'll notice they have marked on this map the gymnasium and the synagogue. These two buildings are linked together. And it becomes interesting because the gymnasium was the place where one went to learn philosophy and to learn culture, and it really became a seat of immorality. And yet right next door is a Jewish synagogue. Some argue the Christians might have even taken it over later on in Sardis' past. And so the question becomes, was it convenient? Was it one of those things where one could go work out in the gymnasium and exist in the culture and the emperor worship, and then go next door to the synagogue and worship God and cover all your bases? Was it a symbol? Was the synagogue there saying the gymnasium is false? You should come to the synagogue and learn the truth? I don't know, but it becomes curious. The curious thing is, right, in addition to the fact that they're only able to take pride in their past, Christ points that out to them. Right? As the city itself could only take pride in its past, so too the church was the same way. They put on a good front, they put up a good facade, they showed the world, hey, everything's fine here, look, we're worshiping God. But in reality, they were dead. So the curiosity becomes, the application becomes, are you putting up a good front? Is your church putting up a good front? But are they, in reality, dead in the inside? Because Christ says if that's true, he's going to come as a thief when there's going to be no announcement and no expectation, and they're going to find themselves lost. Yet to those who hold fast, Christ tells us they're going to get a white garment. And the interesting thing is we're going to see this a little bit later on in the text when we hit chapter 7. Right? The white garments are given to those who hold fast to Christ's name. The saints of God get to wear those white garments. And Christ tells us even further, right, their name will be in the book of life, which means their deeds will be remembered in the future, for the future. Right, so while it may look as if, the city of Sardis, even the church of Sardis, is falling apart, Christ tells them if you hold fast to his name, if you keep the faith, they're going to be known for something once again.